some butter in there. Yeah, you don't want to brown the butter. You just kind of really want to get that work through the dish. There you go. Looks like we're browning a little bit here. That's okay. Not gonna kill us. But make sure you take it off the heat. Bad boy is hot.
And you got it on 7.
Yeah, a little medium high. That's all right. All right, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some of this garlic to it. This is a Sam's Club garlic. You're gonna go ahead and squeeze out some of that brine in there. And we're gonna add 2 tablespoons at a time. There's 1, and squeeze out the rest. And then there's 2. All right. Now what we're gonna do with this, we're gonna get a little fragrance going on here, right? You got the butter going. You got the nice garlic getting cooked out right there. Really, really, really good smells, flavors, taste. You're kind of cooking out most of that moisture right there is what the goal is for this. Cook out most of that moisture, get that stuff going. All right. Now let me glove up and help it out again. Now while that garlic is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and grab our Members Mark half and half, right? You're probably thinking, Chef, half and half for a pasta? Yes, half and half for a pasta. Takes 1.5 cups of this. You're just gonna slowly pour it in there. That's gonna kind of cut down some of that heat. And we're gonna help reduce this with some more heavy whipping cream. So there's 1.5 cups right there. You can find this in the dairy section. Really awesome stuff. We also have the heavy whipping cream. So that is the base of the sauce. This is to help thicken the sauce over time. You're gonna go ahead and use 1/2 cup of the heavy whipping cream and throw that bad boy in there. Now that is your sauce. That's the base of your sauce. We're gonna go ahead and take some seasonings from over here and go ahead and make some life come to the sauce you're about to make. Now this is my favorite. It's an Italian seasoning blend that you grind, right? We're using 2 tablespoons of this bad boy. You're gonna leave the lid on and then you're gonna turn it. And you're gonna get all those seasonings in there and make sure you use this one. This is the good stuff. So leave that lid on, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Your sauce right here, we put it down to a medium heat now. All that's incorporated. You got the heavy cream, you got the half and half, you got the butter, you got the garlic. All right, and then tap it a little bit and then boom, 2 tablespoons. Done in no time, right? Your next one, Himalayan pink salt. Really good stuff, really salty. It goes great in this dish. The holes in here are huge. Don't just pour it in there, you're gonna ruin it, right? Go ahead and put a little in your hand, about that much. And I do 2, 3 pinches. 1, that's a teaspoon, almost, and another pinch. 3 is a tablespoon, all right? You can put the rest back in there, or you can discard it or throw it to your left shoulder. I don't know, you do what you do, right? Then we're gonna use some coarse pepper. You know, the carbonara originally is a real rustic dish. You know, so you want to kind of have that coarse of textured flavors, just like how I kept the spices in there kind of whole. And we're gonna do about a tablespoon of that, about right there. Dump it in. And that is the base for the sauce. This is how easy this dish is. It's a 10-minute recipe. It's really quick. It takes no time at all. Now what we're gonna do is kind of help incorporate all them good seasonings right inside that bad boy. And we're gonna add our next ingredient, which is broccoli. 1.5 cups of broccoli. You can buy the broccoli fresh. They have the Member Mark in the produce section, already cut, already cleaned. What I did was I took some of the broccoli and cut them into quarters, cut the crowns, took the crown and went right in the quarters. And then we're gonna have 1.5 cups per serving of this entire dish. So broccoli goes in first inside that nice beautiful sauce we got cooking down right there, just like so. All right. And then next one, we're gonna do this chicken. Now this is a Members Mark new product. It's a chicken breast. They got 6 different cutlet fillets inside of a vacuum sealed bag, and they're already charcoal grilled. So it has that barbecue kind of flavor to it, real clean, real lean. And what I did is I took 3 of the fillets, and I got this much chicken out of 3 fillets. So we're gonna go ahead and throw those in there. And now this makes 6 servings. If you were to use a whole packet, you get 12 servings just for the 1 packet of the chicken that you're getting. If you don't feel like buying that chicken, get some rotisserie chicken. Even better, it's fresh, it's right there, it's already warm. So now all I'm doing is going ahead and kind of mixing this stuff around, kind of get it all incorporated. All right, we're looking pretty good. You see the sauce kind of getting some of that steam. It's already starting to reduce down. We're almost there. We're almost at the peak of where we need to be. Now, so it's getting thickened, to get a little more love. We all love comfort food, right? We're gonna use some raviolis. These are spinach and they have ricotta in them. We're using these canisters. Now you get 2 of these big packs for the one deal, right? Here at Sam's Club. Now remember, Mark made it easy with this one because this recipe only calls for a half of a pack of the raviolis. Now you see they're kind of already sticking apart a little bit. If they don't easily pull apart, don't worry about it. Stick them in there. Over time, the steam is going to help break those apart. You're actually going to get the best flavor out of them. I'm going to add a couple more because I see some new faces coming around. All right, you really need a half of it though. All right, put some of that good stuff right in there. Now here comes the fun part. We got the raviolis in there, we have the chicken in there, we got the broccoli in there. And now we're just gonna kind of settle those little raviolis inside of that liquid. Now we're not gonna mix them, we're just gonna kind of fold everything over on top of each other to get it started. These little raviolis over time, they're gonna plump up nice and big, just like me. And they're gonna be nice and perfect little raviolis. So, like I said, you don't have to pull them apart right away because they will fall apart over time. So don't worry about that. All right, right now we're just kind of getting them under the liquid. We're kind of getting everything ready to go. Get that smell, get that flavor. Start getting it let to reduce. Now the starch off of these raviolis will help thicken it as well, which is great. That's why I love this product. It still has a little bit of starchiness to it. They're already kind of pre-cooked. You don't have to boil them in water and then throw them in there. You just throw them right here in the cream sauce. And it's gonna cook either way regardless. So, now any questions for anybody so far about what you got going on, what we're working with? I do have a QR code here. It has 100 of my recipes on there, but it only has 2 of the ones I'm doing this weekend here at y'all's location. There's 26 different Sam's Club super chefs in the world, and I am one of them, and I'm happy to be here in Stafford, Texas to work with y'all, show you some awesome chef-inspired dishes. So scan that QR code, it has this recipe. Also, it has my sopapilla cheesecake recipe I'm doing here on Sunday. So if you like cheesecake, you like sopapillas, come here on Sunday. I'm gonna be doing that all day long. All right, so you're starting to see these looking plumped up a little bit, starting to get a little bit more steam. I'm just gonna keep folding these over. Now that sauce looks a little thin, right? No worries. Let it reduce down. Once you start seeing it do like a nice little simmer, like a little bubble, we're gonna go ahead and add some of that awesome Parmesan cheese. Now, a majority of these ingredients you probably already have at home. You probably already got salt, you probably got pepper, you probably got Italian seasoning. You probably even have whipping cream and half, right? I mean, most of us, these are basic, these are basic home recipes or home products. You know, all you need is the raviolis, some chicken, a little bit more seasoning, you're good to go. All right. So now you start to see the bubble, it's starting to simmer a little bit. That is my cue that I need to put the cheese in. So when you start seeing it simmer up and get it down, we have this awesome, sharp and nutty Parmesan shredded cheese. It comes in the dairy section. It's always the red cap. They haven't changed it since they came out with it. We're gonna do a whole cup of this bad boy right here. Now what you did is you have the half and half. That's what creates the base of the sauce. Then you have the heavy whipping cream, which thickens the sauce. And then you have the cheese, which is gonna help the sauce stick to the pasta and to the chicken. So right now you're doing triple time right here. So we got a little bit more. I like a little more cheese, so I'm gonna add a little bit on the top right there. And then you just kind of go around the circle while it does its thing. That's it. There's a cup of that cheese right there. Again, this is that Parmesan goodness. Make sure you get some of that. It's right there in the dairy section. Now we got our cheese, we got our raviolis, we got everything in here we need. Slowly fold it over. By folding, that means going under the product and then kind of flipping it just over on its back. Like a turtle, you know, you see a turtle upside down, you're doing the same thing but with your pasta ravioli. You're just flipping that bad boy over. All right, you see that cheese starting to get melted. Now as soon as that cheese starts getting in there, you see the sauce getting a little bit thicker. The heat between the heat and then the cheese itself, it's just gonna take form and you're just gonna love it. Now you see the pasta how it's already coming off everything else, it's not really sticking anymore. A couple pieces here or there, but a majority of it is already just, they're flying off of each other. That's kind of what you're looking for. All right. So keep folding it around, moving it around. This is a 1 skillet recipe. You need 1 skillet and you need 1 spoon. Other than that, maybe a measuring cup or 2. That's it. That's the beauty of this recipe. You can make it in 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how your stove works, depending on how you caliber. And that's it. So we mix it around, let it do its thug dizzle for a second. I'll wipe my area, and then we're gonna keep going and run some more. Alrighty. Everybody questions yet still? No, good, we're good. All right. be here.
Yeah, I scanned it.
All right, y'all. I love being here in Stafford. It's my first time actually in y'all's store, so it's actually been a fun time. So everybody's super nice out here. I've been in some stores in Austin. They're kind of mean, but you know, Houston got love for me. They got my back, right? All right, so starting to get there. Now look at this one. See how plump that one's getting right there? It's looking like your boy over here. It's gonna get nice. It's already almost cooked all the way through. That's what you want. And then you see the sauce is starting to get a little bit thicker. It's not as runny as it was when we first started. It's all the process. You know, you gotta trust the process of what you're doing, especially when it comes to cooking. Patience is always a virtue. That's the beauty of cooking. As long as you do it low and slow and you take your time, that's how you make the magic happen with this dish. All right, we are almost there. I'd say probably another 40 seconds left. This is gonna work out great. All right, let that reduce down a little bit more. I do have the QR code here, so if you do want to scan it, you want the recipe, you're more than welcome to take the recipe with you for life. People will be like, hey, how'd you make this? Well, like, where'd you get the recipe from? You're not gonna say, hey, I got it from Chef Machete. You'd be like, no, I made this recipe. This is my recipe. It'll be our Sam's Club secret, all right? That's how we rolling today. I make the recipe, Sam's Club pays me, you guys get a free one, right? That's how that works. Don't you love it? It's a Member Mark family secret right there, so. All right, now the sauce is thickening. Y'all can all see it, I know you can. Oh yeah. We are almost there. There we go. You see them raviolis now falling apart from each other? How they're looking individual. They're not sticking anymore. So I'm saying, don't worry about pulling them off. You're gonna mess with the integrity of that shell if you try to pull them off when they're cold. So make sure you just put them in the sauce and let them do their thing. Now we're almost there. Right before it finishes, I do one last couple tricks. I take that Italian seasoning I did earlier, this awesome stuff, and we're gonna do one more tablespoon of this Italian seasoning, right? Just to finish it, okay? This isn't mandatory, but if you like seasoning and flavor like I like it, definitely recommend doing this step. Do a little bit more. We're gonna add just a teaspoon of that salt, just a little bit like that. Not much. Spreading it over the top. Boom. Remember, fold it. Don't stir it. Just fold it. You're picking it up from the bottom and just folding it over, just like that. It's called folding. Pick it, fold. All right. We're almost there. Now to tell if your sauce is done, all you have to do is you get some of the sauce on there and you just run a line across. If you run a line across and it doesn't immediately drip down, it means your sauce is ready to go. You're ready to eat, right? 12 minutes, 10 minutes, what do you think? How long I want to say?
13 minutes.
13 minutes. Look at that. Look at that. See, 13-minute recipe. You can serve 6 people in no time, right? Simple as that. Miss Shirley,